You're watching Good Morning Britain now. D-Day veterans are being invited on a very special trip to mark the 75th anniversary of the Normandy landings. We've talked about this before, haven't we, actually?
We have indeed.
Yeah.
What a day. And there are more than 100 places available on a ship. It's going to be carrying former soldiers across the Channel for a special remembrance event in June. We're talking to one veteran in just a moment. But first, Michelle Morrison has been looking back at that historic day.
History's greatest story is being written. Between midnight and breakfast, the D-Day plan is launched.
It was the beginning of the end of World War II. On the 6th of June 1944, 156,000 American, British and Canadian forces launched a combined assault on Nazi-occupied France. The D-Day invasion happened by air, land and sea. In fact, it was the largest seaborne invasion ever seen, with 7,000 naval vessels, which included battleships and destroyers, landing on 5 beaches along a 50-mile stretch of Normandy. It was the crucial move to force Hitler out of France and eventually into defeat, but at a cost.
Men wounded in the dash inland are ferried to the nearest sick bays aboard.
On D-Day alone, it's estimated 10,000 Allied troops were wounded or killed. Less than a year later, World War II in Europe was over. D-Day had been the turning point which led Allied forces to victory.
Well, we're joined now by veteran Ted Cordery, who was on board HMS Belfast on D-Day, and Nicola Rowlands from the Royal British Legion is here too. Good to see you both.
Morning.
Good morning. So, Ted, you were there on D-Day, HMS Belfast.
Yes.
At what point did you realise this wasn't just any mission? They were all important, I'm sure, every manoeuvre that you did. But this was D-Day, this was the big one.
Well, we came down from Scotland through the Irish Sea, joined the Western approaches, and when we got there, there was hundreds and hundreds of these craft, landing craft, and we thought, well, there's something amiss. And then we were told that we were going to open up on the second fronts. And I passed them, felt very sorry for them because the sea was a little bit choppy, and when you're all in army gear and rifles and the flat bottom boats, they bounce. They're not like a keel and not slicing through the water. So some of those men must have been very seasick, and I felt very sorry for them because as soon as that flat went down, however they felt, they were out onto a beach, a hostile beach. There were many of them. We killed many of them.
And you said that as you watched them, you know, you were gripped by the fact that you knew inevitably some of them wouldn't make it.
Well, unfortunately, some of the boats fell short of the beach and dropped the men in deep water. And I've seen men struggling in deep water and never really come to. They were drowned before they even got to the beach. Right? Because the boats used to land a kedge anchor to get off the beach. They'd hit the beach and the men would go out, and then the kedge anchor, they would pull themselves back off the beach to get away from it.
So brave.
And I know it's something that still, you know, talking about it today, all these years later, still affects you deeply, doesn't it?
Parts do. I was a train driver, and I was ordered up to the train. Now, these wounded soldiers, they could have been wounded a mile or 2 miles inland, and they were then put on a cart, brought down to the beach. They were wounded men, and then put on like a pallet, and then put what we used to call a trot boat, a little boat that ran between things, brought out to the Belfast, which had a sick bay, fore and aft. And when I landed those men on there,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
The wounds, terrible wounds. And most of them never ever made it. They were taken to the sick bays and most of them died.
Yeah.
But it annoys me when all these films are bang, 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 bang about war, and they never see the results of war.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise. I mean, it's so much
It is
bravery,
nothing.
and it's the bravery of those men and you and all those involved that means that we have the lives we do today, doesn't it?
Well, that's true,
That's
yeah,
why we're
that's
so
true.
grateful
Thank
to
you
all of
to
you.
you. I mean, we saw the picture there as well. You know, you were so young at the time, conscripted at the age of 18,
Yeah.
and, you know, so many men of your age, young men who had their whole lives
Yeah.
ahead of them,
Yeah.
you know, didn't live
Yeah,
as a consequence
that's
of what
true.
happened.
That's true. I lost many friends there over the years, and since the war ended, I've lost shipmates who I've served with. You know, made bondage friendships with, and I've seen their ashes go over the side of the Belfast when their family want them buried that way, or they didn't. They're all.
And how do you feel then, knowing there's the opportunity to go back
Oh,
with those people that were there, that experienced maybe not on the same craft as you, but the same
not
time
the
and
same
battle as
exactly,
you?
yeah.
What do you feel about
I
that?
feel very, very grateful indeed to the British Legion for giving me the opportunity, because I never ever thought I would go back to the beaches again, because I'm getting on, and you know, the opportunity is not always there to do it, and so as I say, when this good lady gave me the opportunity to go, then I grabbed it with both hands, and I appreciate it very, very much indeed.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's such an important event to mark, and Nicola, I know that, you know, you're organising this. It's going to be a big event to take veterans like Ted over there. There's still places, isn't there? You're keen to be able to get hold of the veterans who might not have heard about this opportunity.
Absolutely, there are still places, and part of what we're doing in the last few weeks is making sure that the message gets out to absolutely everybody, so that any Normandy veteran who is residing in this country can get over if they wish to. And what we're really stressing is this isn't just something that they need to turn up to on their own. The British Legion are actually putting together a whole package, so we're making sure that when they leave their front door, we ensure that they can get to the pickup points on the coach. We make sure that there are doctors on board. We make sure that there are carers. So if there
That's
is
a good point, because not everybody could be in as good a health as Ted.
True,
could they?
absolutely.
You know, they
And-
might
and-
put them off.
And you know,
Right.
there's things like we're underwriting the travel insurance. What we want to make sure is that any worry that any of these veterans might have, we can sort out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we can see how emotional it's made Ted. It must be a huge thing to be able to kind of, you know, bring all these
We're actually
people
getting
together.
quite a few messages from people. I don't know, Alex, if you can bring them to me. Lots of people really keen to. There you go. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, so a lot of people
So
getting in
many
touch, very moved by what you've been saying
Yes.
this morning, Ted.
Absolutely.
You've been bringing viewers at home to tears at the same
Oh,
time.
absolutely amazing. Don't be ashamed of your tears, Ted. They're what your heart is about and what we're grateful for. It's breaking my heart watching him, but we're so grateful to you. It's making me feel emotional reading them out, actually. So, you know, don't feel worried.
No.
I don't think you are you really, about
No,
being emotional? But it's just
no.
the thoughts.
One of those things, because it's such a waste of young life, and
Yeah.
those, I try to imagine how those men suffered being transferred from perhaps a mile or two inland and to the ship and then lifted up and dropped it. And the injuries, I cannot believe it, honestly. I won't go into it anymore, but you couldn't have worse.
So what will be in your mind then when you go back and to encourage others? As you say, there will be the medical and the support for them. So what will be in your mind to encourage others to come on this trip and to, you know, perhaps think about those at times?
Well, I don't know really. We landed on June and Gold, and I'd like to go back there and just stand and remember.
Yeah.
Really, just remember. There's nothing I can do to help anybody, but I could stand. I see these graves, and it brings home to me, as it ought to everybody, the terrible consequences of war and the loss of loved ones and their families, the loss of their families of loved ones.
Make sure their sacrifice isn't wasted,
Well,
which it certainly is.
that's down to the nation, isn't it?
Exactly.
But that's down to you as well,
Exactly.
talking about your
Thank you.
memories and keeping all of that alive. So we're very grateful. We're sorry to see you upset this
Well,
morning.
no, I'm
Thank you.
not upset as such, but that particular incident
I
does
know,
upset me
it's
because
yeah.
I could not believe that what I was seeing actually of my own men.
Well, do you know what? It's important
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that younger people who are lucky
Yeah.
enough not to have been there, but live
Yeah.
in the sort of the peace that you
Yeah.
created. It's important that we hear those stories and
And
hear
that
what
was
it's like.
before I-
Thank you very much.
Most grateful to the Legion for giving me the opportunity to go back with
What
my
a
wife,
great thing.
and I thank them very, very much.
And on that note.